All right. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Mic test 1 2 1 2. Checking the microphone 1 2 1 2. And a little excitement. Check 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 1 2 1 2. Check check 1 2 1 2. Check 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 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Official pregame coming at you here in about 10 minutes. We will see you there for that if you join us in just a moment. Let's try this again with a slight adjustment. Drop that down, bring that up. Check, 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 1 2 1 2. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Check, 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 1 2 1 2. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. Yeah, nope. Check, 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 1 2 1 2. Check, check, 1 2 1 2. One final check, 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 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. One final quick test.
It's time for your Game of the Week, brought to you by Eagle Communications and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. And now with your pregame and play-by-play, here's Tyler Henry.
Well, the warmth of summer has officially given way to the chill of autumn, and on a cool evening here in October, we bring you in live here on the campus of Ellsworth High School as a pair of former league rivals get set to do battle. It's the Ellsworth Bearcats taking on the Russell Broncos, with the Bearcats looking to defend their home turf and also keep their unpolished resume from picking up the first potential loss of the season. As we take a look at the matchup, great guys lining up here on both sides. Will Cravens is your senior quarterback for the Bearcats. He has led this program for the last couple of years as Ellsworth has not only righted the ship, but turned themselves into a true contender. A perfect 7-0 start a season ago, and a perfect 5-0 start coming into this one as they will look to wrap up another victory and move on to 6-0. But the Russell Broncos will look to have a little something to say about that. They have turned things around and come in at 3-2 under second-year head coach Christian Ozoris. He will look to lead his program to yet another big victory here and collect really a potentially season-defining victory should they find a way to get the win here in hostile territory on the road here in Ellsworth. We will step away for just a moment, but when we come back, we'll have our conversation with head coach Josh Amolka of the Ellsworth Bearcats. That coming up right around the corner. Again, you are listening to our Game of the Week, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Ellsworth Golf Course.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer. The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on the pregame show. It's our game of the week presented by our friends at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Ellsworth, undefeated at home, taking on the Russell Broncos, and we are joined now by the head coach of the Bearcats, Josh Amolka. And Coach, first and foremost, thank you as always for taking some time and stopping by the show.
No problem.
So you guys are off to yet another 5-0 start here, and I know there have been a lot of positive takeaways from this first half of the season, but I mean overall, what would you say has been kind of the best thing that you've seen out of this group here in these first 5 games?
I think we've really started clicking on offense and defense, and just there's a lot of continuity that's going on defense, and we've been really that's kind of been the linchpin for us the last couple of years, is being really physical on defense, and I think that's continued.
Well, we know that coming into this season, I mean, you brought almost everybody back from a year ago. You added Ian Andelon. This was a team that had high expectations, but with kind of another year of experience and with everybody stepping back up for another season, what are some areas where this team maybe looks better or improved even from last year's team to you?
I mean, we were physically a good team, but, you know, we look like a real deal football team. I mean, we got some good speed and we got some good size. So we actually looked the part this year. So that would be the biggest differences. And you know, we're just a lot more fine-tuned on a lot of things that we run offensively and defensively just because they've done it so well.
Well, and we know that even the best teams, even at 5-0, always looking to find those little tiny margins to improve. I mean, what are some areas that you guys are still looking to kind of tighten up maybe to take another step forward here down the back half of the season?
Our pass game's got to get a lot better, and you know, and we don't see a lot of throwing pass defensively. We got to get some stuff like that tightened up, but we have the potential to do it. We just haven't seen it, and we don't get a rep it a lot. So those are some things that we've kind of focused on.
I know that it truly is an 11-man effort across the board, but Will Cravens has been excellent for you guys, not only this season, but over the course of the last several years. How great has he been, not only as an athlete, but also just as a leader out there for you?
No, he's definitely somebody you want on your team. If you need something within the community or within the school, he's always somebody that everybody, I you know, not just coaches look towards, but you know, people within our faculty and staff understand that if you needed something to be done right, and who would really give you be a great ambassador for our district, it'd be Will Cravens.
Well, and sticking with the offense here for just a moment, I know that you had a very impressive deep stable of backs a season ago, and then in the offseason, you guys add Ian Andelon into the mix as well. How big has that addition been for you guys? But again, how nice is it to have that many capable rushers? You can kind of keep everybody's legs fresh.
I mean, you'd need to ask a guy like Landon Johnson, who, you know, who's put up some big stuff, you know, late in the second quarter and into the third quarter, because he comes in fresh and he's a different speed, and it just from top to bottom, you know, they don't get us tired. Like you said, they're fresh, and it's definitely a good thing for us to be able to do that. And late in games, it makes a huge difference.
Well, you said to me a moment ago, this looks like a real deal football team. And again, coming off a season where you started 7-0 last year, you're off to another excellent start this year. I mean, now that you've kind of had a chance to see it on the field and the guys have had a chance to get that confidence, what are kind of the big goals and expectations for you guys down the home stretch here?
Our goal is, our goal's been to make the playoffs, but now we need to play our best ball and get to the highest seed we can. That's the biggest focus is finishing these last 21 days outright, so we're set up for the playoffs in a positive way.
We've talked a little bit about what your offense has done this year, but again, especially in November and down the home stretch, as you mentioned a moment ago, defense is really what wins games this time of year. Yours is holding opponents to under 9 points per game. That's sixth best in Class 2A. What has impressed you most about that unit so far?
I think the speed and physicality, that's the biggest thing. When we got guys who can get to the ball fast, but then when you got guys who can finish plays, like Loden West and Tucker Goss, it's just those two in the middle have really set the tone. And then up front, we're pretty hard to handle right now. So our front seven, front eight are pretty good, and running the ball is going to be a difficult task. And that's what if you're good against the run, that opens a lot of good things.
Well, let's take a look at your opponent coming in tonight. You'll face off against a Russell Bronco team that comes in at 3-2. And before we talk about this year's Broncos, I was curious because I know this is a former league opponent. It's a program that was down for quite some time. But, I mean, with what they've shown the last couple of years, do you feel like the Broncos have finally kind of turned the corner as a program here?
I think they've done a good job the last couple of years. I think he's got them rolling, and they've had some talented guys. So, yeah, I think they've turned the corner. He's done a good job.
Well, when you take a look at this year's Bronco team on film, what are some of the things that kind of stand out to you right away about the way that they play and some areas that you'll have to be aware of coming into this matchup?
Well, they're well coached, and they have good schemes, which is really good. But he does a good job with what he has. He's young. They're young this year, but they're not. They're talented young. So they got some guys who can get around and do some things, but he's not doing it with all seniors. He's doing it with some young guys, so that's a credit to the Russell coaching staff. So they got some talented guys. So that's the biggest thing. They can run around, make plays. They kind of spread it out, and then they play hard on defense, and they do some different. They did some different things to us last year and slanted a lot. Some stuff we couldn't handle very well. So they come in, they're well coached and have good game plans usually.
Well, let's talk about one of those talented guys that you alluded to a moment ago, Mason Rohr at quarterback. I mean, he has been excellent here in his junior season, just shy of 1,000 yards passing. He's also the team's leading rusher. When you face off against an athlete as talented and as dynamic as Mason Rohr, I mean, what are the keys for your defense? Maybe not to stop him, but at the very least to kind of contain his playmaking ability.
The big thing is we got to be good on they like sprint out and things like that. We got to be good on our sprint rules, but finding routes is the big thing we got to work on, and that's what we kind of focused on this week is using our eyes and finding routes.
Sure. Well, and this is a Russell team that, I mean, again, for as good as their offense has been, they have shown cracks defensively. I mean, is there any areas that you see without necessarily giving up your game plan where you feel like your offense might match up well?
I feel like our offense can match up well against a lot of people. So I wouldn't say our offense matches up better or worse against their defense. We got a lot of size up front, and we got a lot of talent in the backfield, so we need to match up against whoever we play. So I don't think there's any weakness that I'd point out that they have. I'd more focus on our strengths.
Well, and your strengths offensively, I mean, they have been apparent so far this season. 72 points against Lions, 62 against Republic County, 43 against a really solid Hillsborough program earlier this season. What are the 45? Sorry, my bad. They need to fix that on K-Preps apparently. But yeah, I mean, any way you want to slice it. What are some of the areas though with your offense? I mean, what are the things that have to go right for your offense to operate at its highest level?
We got to our inside blocking, our down blocking's got to be really good. So, because truthfully, we're an option offense. I mean, that's what everything's an option. So we got to be really good on that. No, so that's the biggest thing. Is making sure we got a clean read on that edge.
Last couple of questions.
Right, it was 43.
No, you're good. You're good. Last couple of questions for you here, Coach. When you look at kind of the positional group matchups within the matchup, I mean, are there any position group battles that you feel like this one might come down to?
Well, I think it's our O-line and our D-line against their O-line and D-line. I think that's where every game's going to come down to. If we can play good up there, we'll be successful. I mean, all these games from here till if you want to go deep in the playoffs is how good are you in the trenches. That's where it's going to take place.
And then last thing for you here, Coach, when you have a chance to kind of step back and just take the overarching view of this matchup, what would you say are your biggest keys to the game? What does Ellsworth have to do to get another big win here and remain undefeated through Week 6?
It's going to be our continuity on our offensive line, just sliding guys around and making sure we know what we're doing.
Sounds good. Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck to your Bearcats tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Once again, that was Josh Homolka, the head coach of the Ellsworth Bearcats. We'll step away, but when we come back, we'll get you out in time for the opening kick. Also, get you starting lineups. You are watching and listening to the Salina Post Game of the Week, and it's brought to you by our friends at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Prime time for exclusive deals. Ram Power Days are back at Marshall Motors in Salina. 2023 Ram Heavy Duties are the trucks you go to work with. And right now, new Ram Heavy Duty trucks have a $2,250 rebate. 2023 Ram 1500 trucks are some of the highest rated trucks on the market. New Ram 1500s are up to $9,000 off. See more with Ram Power Days at marshallmotor.com. And the monster trucks are back in Salina Saturday, October 7th at Marshall Motors in Salina.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Here's Tyler Henry.
And with that, I want to welcome you back here inside on the campus of Ellsworth High School. Tyler Henry alongside you. We are just about 5 minutes away from the opening kickoff of this one, and didn't have a chance to really break down or preview the matchup earlier, but let's go ahead and take a look at a few guys beyond just Will Cravens. Again, Cravens has been excellent, but this is an Ellsworth team that just wears you out. They have been absolutely brutal with 5 different backs that have over 180 yards on the season, or actually have over 96 yards on the season at a minimum this year of 20 carries. So it's one of those situations where you stop Ian Andelon, great, they'll bring in arrested Loden West. You find a way to slow down Loden West, now it's Will Craven's turn to carry the football. They've got guys like Jackson Manier and Landon Johnson in there as well, and then they can stretch you out. Leighton Liker has been excellent at coming off the edge and finding ways to get himself into the seam. He has also been great as a receiver, as well as Cole Weber, but you look at the matchup, these are a couple of very fun offenses, because on the other side you've got Mason Rohr, who's been one of those do-it-all guys at quarterback for the Russell Broncos. 69 for 118. He is completing 58% of his passes for just shy of 1,000 yards passing, 9 touchdowns through the air, 3 more touchdowns, and an additional 270 yards on the ground. The only problem with this Russell offense has been in the turnover column, and Rohr has been a small part of that as he has tossed just 7 picks so far this year. You can bet that this Ellsworth secondary will be hungry to hunt down a few more and try to get their team a couple of extra possessions in this one. We'll have a chance throughout the broadcast to meet the starting lineups for both sides, but as we talked a little bit about Mason Rohr and his passing stats, let's take a look at the guy he has been finding on a majority of those. And he's got a couple, but undoubtedly sophomore sensation Walker Middleton has been a huge part of this offense. 34 catches, 344 yards, 5 touchdowns through the air. And oh yeah, by the way, he can come off the edge as well. 15 carries for 96 yards and a touchdown. Ellsworth is going to have to be aware of his speed and playmaking ability in this one. Had a chance to talk with head coach Josh Homolka in year 7 for the Ellsworth Bearcats. He has really ushered in a new era of Ellsworth Bearcat football, and a lot of it has to do with one of the deepest senior classes you will see really at any level across the state. Ellsworth graduated just one senior a season ago, and it was somebody that didn't see a ton of playing time in a big, meaningful role. So realistically speaking, they bring almost everybody back from a season ago, and then they add Ian Andelon, who had been excellent at a 5A program in Salina a season ago. He comes down to the 2A level and has really been a boon to this team, not only with his playmaking ability as a running back, but also at corner, where he has slotted in and done some excellent things for this Ellsworth squad. You take a look out to the 50-yard line right now, both teams exchanging handshakes. The coin toss has just been concluded, and let's take a look at the results of that here as our lead official gives the call. Ellsworth won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, and so it will be the Russell Broncos who will put the offense on the field to start this one, and we will get a chance to take a look at Mason Rohr and the rest of this, again, Russell offense that comes into this contest averaging 22.2 points per game. They are 8th in the state of Kansas, at least among Class 2A schools, in passing yards per game, 196. They like to go through the air. They will spend a lot of time trying to get you with that. I wouldn't call it an air raid type offense, but they want to make sure that they establish the pass early and often in this game. And again, for Ellsworth, as we heard from Coach Homolka, they haven't faced a lot of teams that have done a ton of passing this season. They faced good quarterback talent, but this will be an interesting matchup. If Ellsworth can find a way to contain the pass, though, you got to think the odds tilt heavily in their favor, as again, this Bearcat squad comes in a perfect undefeated 5-0, one of the best offensive and defensive units in the state, top 10 in both scoring and total offense and defense, respectively. Ellsworth comes out in the all-black jerseys, white numerals, red pants. For Russell, it will be the all-white jerseys with blue numerals, the blue stripe down the side, red trim on the jerseys. For the Bearcats, it's Will Cravens ready to kick this one deep. He does a little bit of everything for this Bearcat squad. The kicker, the punter, the quarterback gets in there at safety as well. And we are just about ready to get this one underway. Back deep to return for the Russell Broncos. It's Trey Zorn lined up on the left side as you view it from the camera angle here. And it's Walker Middleton on the far side of the field. Again, just moments away from kickoff. Wind likely going to play a role in this one, as it did a week ago for our game of the week and really all the games across the board in the state of Kansas, as conditions have certainly cooled off. It was borderline August weather, as it was about 90 degrees at kickoff a week ago. Here, 57, plenty of cloud cover, and an excellent atmosphere for some October high school football. Long discussion happening right now at midfield. Again, the return team ready to go, the kicking team, I believe, ready to go, but getting some final instructions from one of our officials out there. And again, we will get this one underway here in just a moment. Plenty of other games happening around the state of Kansas tonight, and we'll keep you up to date on our area scoreboard presented by Salina Surgical Hospital. But here we go. Will Cravens will put one hand in the air. He will kick this one deep, And that will find its way all the way back into the arms of Walker Middleton. Middleton looking to set up a good return. He is blasted at the 22-yard line. That's where the Russell offense will come onto the field. And let's meet the Broncos as they step out to face this Ellsworth defense. Mason Rohr, we mentioned his numbers for you earlier in the pregame. Again, he is the engine that makes this team go. He will be joined in the backfield by running back Braden Suki. Your wide receiving core consists of Walker Middleton, Max Evans, and Dominic Hernandez. And your offensive line from left to right, Ian Strobel, Dax Irvin, Ethan Kettemeyer, Zach Martinez, and Roman Hernandez. So here we go, 1st down and 10. Nose of the football set down at the 22-yard line as we are ready to roll. Or we would be. I guess something wrong with the football. And they're going to get a replacement ball here before the first snap of the day is even taken. Not sure what the issue is there. Could have been ball pressure. We're not in New England. Either way, back in the shotgun goes Mason Rohr, and here we go. 2 receivers split off to the right-hand side. Tight end comes in motion. They will hand it off here on 1st down, and that goes nowhere. Swallowed up at the line of scrimmage is Suki, and it's a big stop for a loss of 2 as Ellsworth's defense gets right to work here and makes the stop to start the contest and set up 2nd and 12. Again, Rohr has not been shy about being a dual-threat quarterback. Not only does he lead the team in rushing yards, but he has also consistently led the team in carries himself. He'll duck back in the shotgun. 4 wideout options here. 2 split off to either side. Takes the snap, little 2-step drop. Now he's under pressure, though. He is going to be grabbed, and he lost the football. He does manage to scoop it back up, and he will be dragged down after a gain of about 3 on the play. Boy, that could have been absolutely disastrous as Ellsworth was right on top of the play. They were ready to pounce. And Rohr, again, able to recover. But it sets up 3rd down and 8, and the one thing you really don't want is a quick 3 and out here if you're the Russell Broncos. Again, their offense is taking a big step forward this season, and their team as a whole, I mean, again, trying to bring the program out of some rough times in Russell. They've done an excellent job of it, 3-2 so far this season, looking to take down a NCAA giant. And a big 3rd down and 8 coming up here. Snap back to Rohr, has a little more time, although he's going to be pressured from that same end. Now he steps up, has to keep it himself, and he's brought down after a gain of 1 to set up 4th down and 7. And that Ellsworth defense has been excellent, and I know they're going to be coming off the field here, but quickly, let's meet the guys that were involved in that play. The defensive ends, Cooper McGowan and Jordan Rodriguez, have been phenomenal this season. Your defensive tackles are the interior guys, are Riley Stone and Caleb Hayes. The linebacking core in this 4-4-2 consists of Cole Weber, Tucker Goss, and Loden West. Dax Leiker is your safety. Ian Andelon and Cole Weber are your corners, and the defense is still on the field here as Russell, at least here, is showing that they're going to go for this. And now it will be a quick pooch punt. That will take a skip and a friendly Russell roll down to about the 33-yard line, and that is where the Ellsworth offense will come on out and set up shop. We talked in the pregame about Will Cravens, 27 for 39, 426 yards through the air, 7 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He also racks up 288 yards and 5 scores on the ground. Running backs, you're going to see a lot of them. Ian Andelon, Loden West, Jackson Manier, and Landon Johnson. And your receiving core consists of Cole Weber, Leighton Leiker, Riley Stone, and Braylon Gardner. Offensive line from left to right, Trent Hayes, Tyler Conley, Jordan Rodriguez, Ethan Tully, and Brendan Anderson. 1st down and 10, snap back to Cravens. He's going to keep it off to the left-hand sideline. He's got a big hole and a big gain as he's up to the 50-yard line. It is a gain of 14 on the first play of the game, and there you see it. As keeping it on the ground and doing it all with his legs there is Will Cravens to give his team a fresh set of downs to work with. The defense tasked with stopping these guys for Russell is going to be a 4-3 for the Broncos. The guys up front, Roman Hernandez, Aiden McCartney, Ethan Kettemeyer, and Brody Fannensteel. Your linebackers are George Gray, Max Evans, and Braden Suki. Your cornerbacks are Walker Middleton and Sam Thielen. And your safeties are Dom Hernandez and Trey Zorn. 1st down and 10, and again, it's going to be a pickup of enough for the 1st down marker as that time Leighton Leichert hauls in the pass. It's a clean 10-yard gain, and Will Cravens starts his day 1 for 1 through the air. Cravens has been awfully efficient this season. We've seen defenses try to solve the riddle of this offense, but that is easier said than done. He'll duck back in the shotgun here. 2 receivers stack off to the right-hand side. Now he'll motion a man. That is Ian Andelon, who now lines up in the slot. Here is a give on the outside to Loden West. Still looking to get to the sideline. West turns it up, stays in bounds. He's got the first down, little stutter step, and they say he stepped on the sideline, but not before he picks up another big 12-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3 plays, and it's 3 first downs for the Bearcats. This is about as good of a drive as you could have hoped to start with. Every play has resulted in 10 to 14 yards, and Ellsworth already knocking on the door of that red zone. Again, throughout the course of the broadcast, we will keep you up to date on scores happening around the state on our Salina Surgical Hospital area scoreboard. Here, it's a first down and 10 from the 26. Misdirection, toss to the outside. Russell didn't read it. Only one man really to beat here as they take it off the edge. Here inside the 5, it's a touchdown! Easy walk in for Cole Weber, who gets the job done from 26 yards out. And nobody saw it coming on that Russell defense. Again for Weber, just his 2nd carry of the season. And it goes for 26 yards and a score to put Ellsworth up here 6-0. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with the extra point, it's an early 7-0 lead here for the homestanding Ellsworth Bearcats. They will be back on defense, looking to keep that lead when we return. Again, you are listening to our Salina Post Game of the Week, and it's brought to you by our friends at Ellsworth Golf Course.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
And with that, we welcome you right back in here again on the campus of Ellsworth High School. Tyler Henry alongside you, and an excellent start here for the Bearcats. Let's take a look at our drive recap presented by our friends at Marshall Motors, and it's really simple. 4 plays, 86 yards, and 1 big touchdown run for Cole Weber on just his 2nd carry of the season. Cravens will kick this one deep. It will be returned. Ellsworth is going to, or Russell rather, is going to fake the reverse, and they're going to have something out of this as breaking tackles and working his way up to about the 40-yard line is Trey Zorn, but we've got a flag down at about the 25-yard line, and we'll have to check the laundry to see if this one is coming back. And boy, that would be just a brutal break for the Broncos, and yeah, it will be. I mean, that was a really solid return. It would have gotten them all the way up to the 37-yard line. Instead, they are going to bring this one all the way back, I believe, to the spot of the foul to about the 20-yard line. And that is where the drive will begin for Mason Rohr and company. Still a whole lot of football left to be played. 8:29 to go here in quarter number 1. Again, bringing you this one here on our Salina Post Game of the Week here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Sports Network. Mason Rohr, first down and 10, right at the 19-yard line. He's got 3 receiving options, 2 split off to the left, now 2 split off to the right. Takes the snap, wants to fire it out, has a man at the 25. Quickly, though, wrapped up and brought down to the ground after a gain of about 6. And it's Dominic Hernandez who does make the catch. Hernandez has been the 3rd of that big receiving trio. 15 catches for 385 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year. And it really is Walker Middleton, Max Evans, and Dominic Hernandez. Those are your 3 big threats out there. They will traditionally throw 4 receivers at you, but those have been the guys who have done the most damage. Roar back to work here. Braden Suki lined up directly to his left. Tight end tucked into the formation. Ellsworth showing a little extra pressure. That's Tucker Goss creeping up on the line. Goss will come home, and it was well blocked, but boy, just filling the hole immediately is Loden West. That goes for a short gain for Braden Suki, but it's not going to be enough to move the chains as they get, well, no, they say it is just enough to move the chains. So Russell picks up their first down of the day here on their second possession. And we continue working our way through first quarter action. 8 minutes left on the clock. A 7-0 lead for the home-standing Ellsworth Bearcats. Ellsworth again back out in that 4-4-2 stack. Back in the shotgun here goes Mason Rohr. 2 receivers split out to either side. 4 on the line of scrimmage for the Bearcats. Those are the football rest right now at the 29-yard line. Snap back here to Rohr. Fires that on that quick out route, and once again, it is incomplete. And you see the frustration on the face of Dominic Hernandez, who really had that on that same route he ran last time, and it's a good, quick little out route. I mean, that's what you want to do. You look at the way Ellsworth plays defensively. They're not going to cheat up too much at their corner position. Andelon's been excellent, but it's one of those deals where you see him make the quick cut to the sideline. Ellsworth's going to be content to give up 5 yards on that play, as opposed to taking a hit over the top. But after the miscue there, it's 2nd down and 10 for Rohr and company. And he will duck back in the shotgun, trying to draw Ellsworth off sides, and he does. Just a little miscue that time. I believe Jordan Rodriguez was the one to jump on that D-line, but really the biggest issue for Russell early in this game, they have not had time to set anything up, and a big part of that has been the outside play of guys like Jordan Rodriguez and Cooper McGowan. Here it's Rodriguez lined up on the inside. Keep an eye on McGowan, who's standing up on the edge just off the left tackle. Here's a little rollout play. Boy, a big block is thrown, and it's going to be caught at the 40-yard line. There's an open receiver streaking down the field inside the 20. At the 10, touchdown, Russell. Boy, great pressure on the quarterback, and you got to give credit to Rohr for standing in the pocket and taking the hit. But at the end of the day, it's going to go for an 85-yard touchdown, and the pitch and catch hauled in by Max Evans, and we're a PAT away from being even Stevens here at Ellsworth High School. Zach Martinez handling the kicking duties. Snap is good, the hold is down, the kick is up. And the kick is good. We've got ourselves a ball game here in the first quarter. We'll step away, but when we come back, it's Ellsworth ball. 7-7 our score, 7:22 left to go here in quarter number 1. You are listening to the Salina Post Game of the Week.
Fall is full of great activities that keep us on the road. When you return to Home Sweet Home, your sewer backing up into the house is the last thing you want to find. Now is the time to dial up Salina Septic Service and their 24-hour service. They will find the problem, fix the problem, and prevent future problems with the Septic Plus Protection Club. Special pricing and worry-free maintenance. Salina Septic Service, taking care of you now and preventing septic problems in the future. Find them online at salinasepticservice.com.
Welcome back here at Ellsworth High School. Tyler Henry alongside you. Want to remind you that coverage of today's game is brought to you by Ellsworth Golf Course. Widely recognized as one of the best public golf courses in the state of Kansas, Ellsworth Golf Course is your destination for great golf. Call up a friend and come play the Ellsworth Golf Course this weekend. I know I myself will be taken to the links here on a beautiful Saturday morning. Hope to see you out here as well. Short kick to Ellsworth, taken by the up man at the 45-yard line. And that is where, rather at the 42, that is where the drive will begin for the Bearcats. And let's very quickly take a look back at our scoring drive recap brought to you by Marshall Motors. 5 plays, 81 yards, 71 of them picked up on the pitch and catch from Rohr to Evans. And the Russell Broncos right back in it. Now they have to try to find an answer for Will Cravens and company, who moved the ball at will on their opening drive of the game. Man in motion here is Cole Weber. It's going to be a late delayed handoff, but they will give it up the middle. That is Loden West on the carry. He will get about 3 yards. And that sets up a 2nd down and 7.
Gain of 3 brings up to 2nd and 7.
And quick correction, that's Riley Stone on the 3-yard carry. Again, there are so many guys capable of running the football, and here you see a 4-man backfield. Here is a little pass out to the right side, and it's incomplete as they were looking for Loden West out in the flat and just couldn't quite get it into his hands. So all of a sudden it's 3rd down and 7, and if you're Russell, you've got a ton of momentum right now. You find a way to get a stop and get the ball back, and you like your chances of maybe taking another shot here. But this is a game that is going to come down to the big plays, and we've already seen that come into effect here early in quarter number 1. 6:45 left to play first quarter. Again, 4 guys in the backfield, 1 receiver split off to either side. Now here comes that crazy Ellsworth motion. Man from left to right. This is Weber now lining up as a blocker as Cravens will keep it himself. He's got enough for the first down. He's got the sideline. He's got the 30 to the 20, 10, 5. Nobody's going to catch him. Will Cravens with a 60-yard touchdown run. And it's the Bearcats who need only 3 plays to get it back into the end zone. And ladies and gentlemen, we might just have a shootout here on our hands tonight. We knew we were going to see some fireworks in this one, but I did not expect to see so many quite so quickly. Snap is good, the hold is a little bit awkward, and the extra point is off the post as that will drag it down and make it a 6-point Ellsworth lead. But it's the homestanding Bearcats in the driver's seat. They lead the way 13-7 over the Russell Broncos, who will have the football when we come back. You're watching the Salina Post Game of the Week, and it's brought to you by our friends at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Boy, what a start to this game for really both offenses, but especially for Ellsworth. Here are all the plays Ellsworth has run today as far as how much yardage they picked up on the play. 12, 14, 10, 3, 26 for a touchdown, incomplete pass, 58 for a touchdown. So far, 4 carries on the day for the Ellsworth Bearcats, and again, those have all gone for between 12 and 58 yards. 2 of their 4 runs today have netted them 6 points. Kickoff is going to be hauled in at about the 12-yard line. That is where the return will begin. Ball's on the deck, although I think it came out after the return man had a knee down. That was Trey Zorn, who was wrapped up and brought down at about the 23-yard line. And that is where the drive will begin for the Russell Broncos. You have to wonder if there might be a little more padding on the cornerbacks here, as they got roasted by Max Evans on that last drive. Again, it was really just one big play, a 71-yard touchdown pass from Rorda Evans that got Russell on the board. And let's quickly go back and take a look at our scoring drive recap brought to you by Marshall Motors for the Ellsworth Bearcats. It's straight and simple. 4 plays, 65 yards, and a touchdown. And this one for Russell going absolutely nowhere as they were all over Braden Suki, and it sets up another 2nd down and 11. Already 3 scores on the board. Final 6 minutes of the first quarter starting to tick down. Again, here on the campus of Ellsworth High School. Tyler Henry alongside you, our good friend Nate King running camera duties tonight. And a 2nd down and 12 here for Mason Rohr. Back in the shotgun, trips left is the set, nose of the football. Set right now at about the 22-yard line, and we have got a pre-snap timeout taken here by Russell. They want to take a moment and talk things over, and we will keep it right here. Want to say a special thank you to a couple of our sponsors. Of course, Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine for sponsoring the Salina Post Game of the Week Network. And, of course, the sponsor of today's game is the Ellsworth Golf Course. Come on out and play 9, maybe even 18 this weekend. I know weather might be a little bit chilly, but one of the best golf courses in the state of Kansas. Why not come on down and check it out? We would also like to say a special thank you to Salina Septic Service, Commercial Tire Center, Elite Sports Paintball Complex, APAC Shears, and the Bennington State Bank for their support of the Game of the Week. Had a chance to bring you a couple of very exciting matchups. Last week we were in Salina as the Central Mustangs knocked off Valley Center. Before that, it was the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi in Abilene and Chapman. And tonight, it's a good one between a couple of former league rivals. Everybody who's been around Russell or Ellsworth knows the story, but these two were both member schools of the NCAA. And despite Russell's departure, they found ways to keep each other on the schedule and continue what has been, I wouldn't call it a heated rivalry necessarily, but two schools that are very familiar with each other. 2nd down and 12 for the Russell offense. Mason Rohr will duck back into the shotgun here. He'll send a tight end in motion, left to right, take the snap, fake the handoff, wants to keep it himself again. The ball comes out. Did he get on it this time? It looks like he did, but boy, that's the 2nd time today that Russell has fumbled the football, and they're very fortunate that they haven't lost one yet. Both of those fumbles could have been disastrous. And like I said, they are very lucky that it's 3rd down and 10 and not 1st down and 10 for Ellsworth. Big play coming up here for Rohr. Back in the shotgun. Takes a 2-step drop. He is under pressure. Has to duck up. All he finds is another lineman, but he pulls a little Houdini out of the hat and then throws it incomplete. Looking downfield that time for Seth Schneider. And it sets up a 4th down and 10 and likely another punt coming up here for Russell. And it's one of those things, yes, they got the big home run play, but at the same time, you got to wonder how long they can weather the storm against an Ellsworth Bearcat offense that so far simply has not been stopped. Here is the kick. It'll take a hop. It'll be fielded right at the 40-yard line. And now a return opportunity is breaking it up to the 50 is Leighton Liker. Liker gets his way to the sideline, picks up another block. He's got open space. He's got one man left to beat. Sutter step it, just taken out of bounds at the 5-yard line. But Leighton Liker with an explosive punt return will set the Bearcats up in excellent field position to try to make something of this. And like I said before, this is an offense that to this point in the evening simply has not been stopped. I said no flag, but there is one down. I see now by one of our officials at the 40, and we're going to have to check it, but I think, yeah, this is coming back. I wouldn't call that a massive blow just yet, but keep it in mind as we move through this one, especially if Ellsworth doesn't come away with points on this drive. Also keep in mind, a little early to be saying this, but Ellsworth deferred to the second half, so they will get the football to start the 3rd quarter. Here it's Will Cravens, back in the shotgun, takes the snap, little play action fake, throw to the sideline on a quick out route, and it's going to be hauled in for a gain of 13 by Cole Weber. That is the first reception of the day for Weber. Cravens is 2 for 3 to start his day.
That reception was good for another Bearcat. Loose down.
And Ellsworth huddling up well behind the line of scrimmage here. But they will line it up and get ready to run another play, as they have gotten an average of enough for a first down on every single play they've run. Here's a design screen off to the right-hand side. This is picked up, another block now up inside the 20, all the way up to the 10, and it's going to be another huge chunk gain, this time to Leighton Liker. See where they mark it. But that is going to go for about 25. And yeah, it's a 25-yard gain on the screen to Liker. All of a sudden, it's Ellsworth knocking on the door, not only of the red zone that they're now inside, but getting awfully close to the end zone. Cravens back in the shotgun, sends a receiver in motion. That's Cole Weber once again, switching to the right side of the formation. Here is another quarterback keeper. Flag will fly. Cravens shifting back now to his left. He's got to try to get to the edge. He is going to lower the shoulder, and he's in. We'll check the flag, but if this stands, Will Cravens with a gutsy 12-yard touchdown run, but given where the flag came from, I think this is coming back, and it looks like it is. That is a killer. It's going to wipe a touchdown off the board. Second big penalty of the drive. And we'll see what they have drawn up here. Your playbook shortens up a little bit on what is now going to be a first down and 20. But again, Ellsworth has been perfect. They have scored on every drive so far, and with 4:15 left to go, they're looking to do the same. That penalty backs them up to the edge of the red zone at the 20. It's going to be another play out in the flat, making one man miss and getting his way all the way back to the 10 is Leighton Liker, who has had a heck of a start to his day. How about 3 catches for 45 yards?
Tackled by Braden Suki.
Does run the clock a little bit here. It sets up a 2nd down and 8. And keep in mind, the sticks right now sit at the 3-yard line. Ellsworth could still pick it up and have 4 more downs to try to punch one in. Ellsworth back to the line. 2 receivers split off to the left-hand side. 1 back tucked in as Cravens will motion out Ian Andelon. Andelon lines up in the slot. Cravens going that way, off to the left, wanting to get it with his legs, and he's going to be upended at the 5-yard line. So they will give him about 7 on the carry. That, by the way, is the first rush of the day for Ellsworth that goes for less than 10 yards. Again, every time they've gone to the ground, they've found something big. Ellsworth with the lead, trying to extend it, and we've got a whistle and a stoppage, and it's the Bearcats that want to take a moment and talk things over. That'll give us a chance to remind you that today's game is brought to you by Sage Products. Sage Products of Salina is your supplier for janitorial products for your business and home. From paper towels to soap and items from ceiling to floor, you will see products from Sage, and you can get the same home field advantage at your home or office by visiting sageselects.com. Still a little bit early in the game to be looking around at our area scoreboard, but plenty of great games to let you know about. 4th-ranked Southeast of Saline is taking on Hillsboro on the road, trying to quell one of the top passing offenses in the state. Elsewhere in NCAA play, Minneapolis will take on the defending 2A state champs in Nemaha Central. Sacred Heart will take on a rising 1A power in Wabunzi. And an 8-man play, it's El Saline taking on Clifton Clyde. Elsewhere, Salina Central is at Andover Central. Salina South will host Newton. Wamego takes on Shawnee Heights. Abilene is facing Circle. Chapman will face Wichita Trinity. And Rock Creek will take on Hiawatha. Here, it is a 13-7 advantage for the Ellsworth Bearcats. 3rd down and 3 coming up here for Cravens. One receiver lined up to the left-hand side as he will motion Cole Weber. It's going to be a straight handoff, and that is going nowhere. But I would not be surprised in the slightest if this is 4-down territory for Ellsworth. Just given how close they are, worst case scenario, you turn it on, or you turn it over to the Russell offense, pinned inside their own 5. That last carry by Ian Andelon went for 2 yards, and yeah, not surprised at all to see this. Cravens back in the shotgun. He's got Loden West lined up to his right. He will give it to West, who's going to crawl close to the 1st down marker, and I think at the very least, he is going to have enough for the first, but let's check it. As they get off the pile, he got just enough if he did. Still waiting on the call as the white hat is in there, and they say he's short. Wow. That is a huge goal line stand for Russell as Loden West got 2, but it was not enough to get past the sticks. And now a chance for Russell to find a response, but they've been under a lot of pressure. Mason Rohr has not had time to get comfortable back in the pocket, and this defensive line for Ellsworth has been an absolute menace so far. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring a little extra pressure. Traditionally, you see teams run the ball to try to get it off the goal line. We'll see if that's what the Broncos try to do here. Still a shotgun set here for Mason Rohr. He's going to take the snap in his own end zone. Quick out route. That one almost deflected. It will be hauled in on the far side of the field, and that will go for a gain of maybe 2. As the catch was made by Max Evans on the far side. Walker Middleton, the leading receiver on the team, has been, I wouldn't call him a non-factor, but he is still looking for his first big catch of the day, as Evans and Hernandez have been the primary 2 in the pass game. After the gain of 2, it's 2nd down and 8. A minute 42 left to play here in quarter number 1. Already a 13-7 lead for the Ellsworth Bearcats. Snap is taken. It will be a handoff, and again, it goes nowhere. I think they're going to lose the 2 yards they gained on first, and they're going to say they lose 3. So that will back them up to their own 4-yard line and set up a 3rd down and 11. If you're Russell, the one thing you really don't want here, potentially, is to have to punt the ball out of your own end zone. They like to, at the very least, buy a little space for Mason Rohr, who is not only the quarterback, but the punter as well. So it's 3rd down and 12. If they do go to the air, you got to watch out and make sure you don't get sacked in the end zone. Snap back to Rohr, rolling out to his left. He is pressured immediately. Now he steps up and wants to run it himself. He's got a little bit of space, and he's ripped down violently at the 9-yard line. He does manage to buy a little space, but not enough for the 1st down. And I would imagine the punting unit is going to come on, and they will.
Brings up a 4th down. 4th and 5, Russell.
So it's 4th and 5 for the Broncos. They will punt this one away. Back deep awaiting it is Leighton Leiker. Leiker has been a menace in the passing game today for Ellsworth. He had a big return wiped out by a penalty. Bearcats almost got a hand on that. I thought they were going to block it, and once again, it's a good enough punt. It'll roll down to about the 49-yard line, and that is where the Bearcats will come back onto the field and run one more play before the end of the quarter.
Punt is down at the Bronco 49-yard line. That's where the Bearcats will start this drive. 1st and 10, Bearcats.
Can't imagine this would be anything too big, although reverse psychology would tell you that maybe that's exactly where Ellsworth wants to come out and take a big shot. Funny thing is, if they don't get a whole lot on this play, they're going to flip fields, and it's going to be less than a yard of difference. Either way, here we go. Craven's back in the gun, takes the snap. It'll be a straight handoff up the middle. That will go to Andelon. Andelon still chugging his legs, and I think they're going to call him down with forward progress at the 48-yard line, and that will bring us to the end of quarter number 1. We will step away, but when we come back, it's the Bearcats with the football and the 13-7 lead. You are listening to coverage of our game of the week, and it's brought to you by our friends at the Ellsworth Golf Course.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Congratulations, ladies.
Welcome back in here on the campus of Ellsworth High School. Tyler Henry alongside you as we head to quarter number 2. Ellsworth with the offense out there. Snap back and a straight give up the middle. That's going to be good for a gain of about 6. And trying to see which of the many backs got the give that time, as it was Andelon last time, and it's Andelon once again. This time bowling his way ahead for a 5-yard gain. We've finally seen Russell at the very least force Ellsworth to take multiple plays to get the ball across the sticks, but this Ellsworth offense has only been stopped the one time, and it was right at the goal line. Here's another handoff up the middle, trying to really emphasize establishing that run, and I think they're going to be shy of the sticks. Andelon picks up 4. But it's going to set up 4th down and half a yard. And again, I would imagine Ellsworth going to be content to keep the offense on the field here, as we are again just underway here in quarter number 2. Leighton Leiker checks back into the ball game here for the Bearcats. We'll see what kind of formation they come out in. Russell with all 3 linebackers inside the tackles, clearly expecting run. Snap back here. Handoff to Andelon on the right side. He's got a crease. He's got the 30, and he is going to be dragged out of bounds at the 25-yard line. But it's a gain of 15 for Ian Andelon, his first big chunk gain of the day. And it helps move the sticks here and keep the Ellsworth offense on the field. They say sometimes the best defense is a good offense, and while that may sound like a coaching cliche, the longer you keep Russell off the field, well, obviously they can't hurt you if they're not out there. First down and 10, 2 receivers here on the weak side of the field. Now Andelon motions over into the slot. Snap back to Cravens. It's going to be a give up the middle. Flag will fly. We'll have to check that, as it is temporarily a 7-yard gain for Loden West, but we'll have to wait and see if it stands. And it will not. Another penalty here against Ellsworth. And these have started to really rack up on the Bearcats, who have now been penalized 6 times. And that's taken some big plays off the board. Took points off the board earlier in this one. And they will have to find a way out of this. As for the second time tonight, it is first down and 20 for Ellsworth. Bearcats will duck back into a formation that sees 1 receiver split out to either side. Craven's back with 2 options in the gun. He pulls it, now loses it, and has to jump on it, but they're continuing to go the wrong way. It's going to be a loss of 4, and I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but something was not right as Cravens pulled the ball out, wanted to throw it, and I think may have just lost it. But in all the chaos, it backs him up to about the 39. And I'm no mathematician, but it is going to be second down and maybe Russell to go here for the Bearcats. Now you wonder if we might see another passing play, although Russell got to be expecting it. And instead, it will be a straight give to Andelon, who will find his way back up to the 35. So it is a 5-yard gain, but now you're looking at third down and about, it's 3rd and 20. Tell you what, it doesn't matter how good your quarterback is. There are not a lot of coaches who have a designed play for 3rd and 20. Just a tough spot to be in. Ellsworth, though, we've seen them treat everything like 4-down territory. I wouldn't be surprised if they're just trying to make life a little easier for them. Now we see a traditional shotgun set with 2 receivers split off to either side. Cravens steps back, now has to step up in the pocket. He is going to be grabbed and taken down at the 44-yard line. It is a monumental sack, and it's Ethan Kechtemeyer who got him. That is going to force a punt here for Ellsworth, and it's another huge hold for the Russell defense.
Sack is by number 53, who is not on the program that I have.
And actually, quick correction, it's Roman Hernandez on the tackle. And I know that because to my right, the PA guy says 53 not on the program. And he's right, he's not on the program, but he is on my sheet. That's going to roll all the way down to the 1-yard line. It's a beauty of a punt here for Ellsworth. And Russell, for the second time in as many drives, is going to have to start on their own goal line. My goodness, what a punt. Sometimes you need to catch a lucky bounce in the literal sense on a punt, and they did just that. So 8 minutes and 26 seconds to go before halftime, and here comes the Russell offense for the 4th time today. So far, their only scoring came on the big home run shot, a 71-yard pass from Rohr to Evans. And Ellsworth has made some quick adjustments to prevent anything like that from happening again. See if Russell can find a way to break through. They want to go up the middle. I don't know that he got out of the end zone. Let's check the call here. Is he down at the goal line, or is this a safety? Ellsworth fans calling for the safety. No official signal yet. And they're going to spot him down at the half-yard line. Boy, Mason Rohr just got away with one as the blocking in front was not enough. And that defensive line of this Ellsworth team, I mean, that has continued to be the storyline tonight. They have played out of their minds, and they've got another chance here to potentially get 2 and the ball as Rohr ducks back in the shotgun. Receiver comes in motion. Pressure is shown here. They'll fire a quick one out on the sideline, and, well, they will get a couple of yards. There it is. I asked for it earlier. It's the first catch of the day, hauled in by Walker Middleton, but all that work to go a whopping 2 yards, and it brings up a big 3rd down and 8. After all the early fireworks, Ellsworth turned it over on downs at the 5-yard line. And since then, nobody has found their way onto the board. Still a whole lot of football left to be played, but that shootout that I alluded to earlier may not be on. Back in the shotgun here. Empty set this time for Mason Rohr. He's got 5 wide receivers. Free runner coming. Pass down the sideline. Almost hauled in. Decent coverage. It would have been a heck of a catch. That was Max Evans who ran the straight go route once again. And we have got, I thought a flag, but doesn't appear to be. So it's 4th down and 8. And once again, I would imagine that Russell is going to punt this away. Again, their punter is their quarterback. It's Mason Rohr, so you always have to prepare yourself for a play, but I can't see them running it here. And yeah, I think trying to draw Ellsworth off sides. You got to wake up pretty early in the day to catch Ellsworth on something like that.
Timeout, Ellsworth.
And that timeout was actually called by Ellsworth. So Ellsworth wants a moment to talk things over, as we've got some scores coming in, halftime scores on our Salina Surgical Hospital scoreboard. After one quarter, Newton leads Salina South 6-0. Abilene is on top of Circle 14-0. Andale is up on Collegiate 12-0. That's a battle of undefeateds in Class 3A. Andover Central leads Salina Central 7-0. That's at the end of one quarter. And elsewhere in NCAA games, Smith Center is up 12-0 on Republic County. Here it's Ellsworth with a 13-7 lead, getting ready to field a punt. Leighton Liker standing at his own 35-yard line. Punt is on its way from Roar. It is a short punt. It's going to go to about the 26, and it's going to be a great short field to work with here for the Ellsworth Bearcats. Their offense, after starting 3 for 3, has been, actually 2 for 2, has been stuffed on each of its last 2 drives. And it'll be a great chance here for Russell to try to come up with another big stop. Ellsworth has been a little more committed to running the football, and specifically running the football with Ian Andelon, who is lined up as the tailback in this formation. One receiver split off to either side. Cravens takes the snap from the 25. It's a quick screen out to Liker. Liker breaks one tackle, gets his way up to about the 20. It's a gain of 5. And it's yet another completion for Cravens, who has not missed his spots much. He's 5 for 6 already tonight. They're going to say gain of 7 on the play for Leighton Liker, who has been the man to haul in 4 of those 6 passes for Cravens thus far. 6:45 remaining here. Nose of the football just inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Cravens will motion Andelon out into the right slot. Takes the low snap, rolls out to the weak side of the field. Now looking for a cutback lane. He won't find one. And he's wrapped up and brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll set up a 3rd down and 3. Cravens' runs today have been to varying degrees of success. 14, 58 for a touchdown. 20 for a touchdown that was then taken off the board due to a penalty. 7, -4, and 0. Here it's Cravens with 2 receivers lined up to the left-hand side. Takes the snap, hands it off. This is Andelon diving up the middle. He'll find 5. That will be enough for a 1st down, as they say, move the sticks. And Ian Andelon continues to be the steady heartbeat here, as he's just picked up 4 to 5 on darn near every carry of his outing. This also helps Ellsworth march deeper into Russell territory, as that Bronco defense has spent an awful lot of the first half on the field. And that'll be something to keep an eye on as they start to get a little worn down here. But they made one hold inside the red zone. They'd love another here if they can get it. Snap back to Cravens. Fakes the handoff. Screen out to the left-hand side. Breaking a tackle. Now inside the 5. It's a touchdown, and it's hauled in by Loden West. His first catch of the day, and it's a 15-yard touchdown hauled in from Will Cravens. Excellent play design, and it's the Bearcats who extend their lead to 2 possessions. Boy, you really couldn't ask any more of Cravens as a passer tonight. He is 6 for 7, and 2 of those have gone for scores. Ellsworth going to line up and try to go for 2 here. 5:17 to go. They want to make it a 21-7 ball game. Low snap, late handoff. Diving near the goal line. Is it enough? They say no. Down at the 1-yard line is Loden West, and instead of a 21-7 game, it's now a very interesting 19-7 game. with that, we will step away. But when we return, it's the game of the week here on the Salina Post, and it's brought to you today by our friends at Ellsworth Golf Course.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Welcome back in here on the Salina Post Sports Network, brought to you by our friends at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Tyler Henry alongside you. And a big lead for the Bearcats. Again, they missed an extra point there. They do not get two. So it's only 19-7, but they are still very much in the driver's seat. And if you're Russell, you need something on the board, and you need it quickly. 5:17 remaining before halftime, and don't forget, Ellsworth deferred to the second half, so they will be the ones to start with the football in the third quarter. Their defense has been excellent so far in this one. And Cravens will kick this away to Russell. It's fielded at the 20. Here they fake again the reverse. Worked out for him last time. It's going to work out for him again. They've got clear space. Cravens able to make the shoestring tackle at the 50. But that little fake reverse on the kickoff return has now worked out for a big chunk gain on back-to-back attempts. And that time it was Walker Middleton who took it all the way to midfield. This drive will start in Ellsworth territory at the 49. Russell, at this point in the contest, just has to be glad that the drive's not starting on their own goal line. Again, they had back-to-back drives start inside their own 5.
That's where Russell will start this drive.
Mason Rohr back in the shotgun here. Broncos looking to put together a touchdown drive. Again, most of their offense tonight came on one big play. Here's a little screen out to the near sideline. Goes for no gain. Walker Middleton hauled it in, but could not evade the tackler, and that's where Ellsworth has been really good. You heard it from Coach Amolka in the pregame. They're just a team that consistently makes good tackles in open space. They've been good about being physical. They have not gotten pushed around on that line, and there you see it. I mean, a design screen in open space, and it just goes for nothing. Sets up a second down and 9. The chain marker for the 2 consistently getting covered up by the ref. It looks like 7th down and 9 coming up here. Rolling out to the right is Rohr, and it's just a clean drop. Boy, he had his man. There was room in front to run. Would have probably picked up a first down. That's the second time tonight that they have targeted Seth Schneider. And the senior just unable to haul it in. Now it's 3rd down and 10. And this is another thing that Ellsworth has done really just a good job of throughout the course of this game, and that's forcing Russell into 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 8. Russell has not had many attempts at 3rd and short. They need 10 once again here from right about midfield. Man comes in motion. Snap back to Rohr. Got to find a way to pick it all up. It's going to be caught just shy of the sticks. Reaching out for it. Was it enough? It's awfully close. And still waiting for that sideline official to render his verdict.
Ian Andelon on the tackle.
Andelon is the one that brought him down. Believe that was Dominic Hernandez on the far side, and they are signaling that he was short. So it's not enough for the first down. It sets up 3rd and short here. If you're Russell, 4:13 remaining here before half, I wouldn't be surprised if we see them treat this like 4-down territory. And they will. 4th down and inches to go. Mason Rohr lines up in the shotgun, and this is an interesting setup as they are going to take the snap well behind the line of scrimmage. They will give it. That's going to be enough for the first down and more as it is picked up by Braden Suki, who finds his way all the way to the 26-yard line. And Russell in business. At the very least, if you're the Broncos, you want to make sure Ellsworth's offense does not see the field again before the intermission.
Not until Suki gets the first down. 1st and 10, Russell.
That's a huge, huge pickup for Braden Suki, who simply has not found a whole lot on the ground tonight. But when his team needed him to step up and make a play, he found a way. Give credit to that Russell line as well for helping to make it happen. And it's a fresh set of downs to work with here at the 27-yard line. Snap comes back to Rohr. Quarterback keeper, designed run all the way. Boy, he had a lane off to the right, but couldn't veer in time. He will get about 4 yards out of the play, but probably had more had he seen the lane fast enough. In fairness, that is a lot easier to see from up here in the press box than it is when you've got a mangle of 22 bodies to work through downfield side. So here we go. 2nd down and 6. Rohr looking to pass over the middle. He's got a man. It is going to be hauled in. That should be enough for the first down.
Pass complete from Mason.
And this time, he finds Sam Thielen, the sophomore receiver, able to haul it in and move the chains once again. The clock does continue to run. That's something that we will keep an eye on, as 2:43 is all that remains before the break. And if you're Russell, again, you want to score, and you want to score late. Any time could be enough for Ellsworth to get more points on the board. Here's a trips right set for Mason Rohr. Suki is the back, lined up directly to his right. The lone receiver off to the left-hand side is Max Evans, who hauled in the touchdown pass earlier today. Here is a snap. It's a design screen off to the right-hand side. Now a little bit of space. Going to be enough for a gain of about 6.
Pass complete from Mason Rohr.
But they keep it in bounds. That is Walker Middleton, who hauls it in for a gain of 5.
Andelon on the tackle. Gain of 4 brings up to 2nd and 6.
And we are inside the final 2 minutes of this opening half. It's been a good game so far. Russell very much in control, and again, they will get the football to start the second half of play. One back lined up in the hip pocket of Mason Rohr. He will take the snap. Now he wants to tuck it and run himself. He might have enough. Barrels his way to the goal line. It's a touchdown. Mason Rohr is able to get his team that much closer on an 8-yard touchdown scamper. And that did not look designed. I think they wanted to run that, but you saw a lot of the routes went to the wider areas of the field, and it left Rohr wide open for the 8-yard touchdown run. Russell now looking to inch a little closer in a close ball game. Extra point pending. High snap, almost blocked. And a flag is going to be thrown here, though, as I believe the holder just got absolutely lit up. The PAT was good, so the yardage is assessed on the kickoff. And that can make things interesting here. Now, at higher levels of play, at college and the pros, you get the option of whether you want to take it on the kickoff or take it on an attempt. I believe at the high school level, you have to take it on the kickoff. So the PAT will stand. It's now a 19-14 ball game.
Against the Bearcats.
And the reason I bring that up is because if you do take it on the attempt, you move it up to the 1-yard line. That's a lot easier if you've got a quarterback sneak or something of that variety in your arsenal that you want to run. But as it stands, it's a 19-14 Ellsworth lead following the 8-yard touchdown run by the Russell Broncos. And there you see it, the yardage assessed on the kickoff, which will now be kicked from the Ellsworth 45. And we've seen a decent boot on Zach Martinez today. This could have touchback written all over it. We'll keep an eye on the return staff. Leighton Liker and Ian Andelon are back deep to return this, although there are 4 guys in a position to return it, as 2 of the back blockers are standing now just 5 yards off thanks to the penalty yardage. Still a minute 30 left to go, too. I mean, that's the other thing to keep in mind is that Ellsworth has still got time to put a drive together here. But here we go. Martinez will kick this short to about the 20. It is going to be bobbled. We got bodies on the deck. I'm fairly certain, yeah, Ellsworth covered it up. And they will start this drive at their own 23-yard line. A minute 27 left to go. Not quite enough time to call it a 2-minute drill, but if you're Ellsworth, you'd love to get something on the board here. You don't want to risk turning it over. But again, with Cravens being the guy at quarterback, I would not be surprised if we see them maybe take a shot, and they might run it a couple times to maybe lull the Broncos to sleep. 2 receivers split off to either side here for Cravens. Again, he will start it from the 21. They'll fire a screen off to the far side, and it's going to be caught. That'll be a gain of about 9 as the catch was made by, I think that's Andelon. That is Andelon.
Andelon stopped by Brady.
First reception of the day for Andelon.
Gain of 8 brings up a 2nd and 2.
And they'll call it a gain of 8. Only 1 incompletion for Will Cravens today, and because that gets out of bounds, a minute 21 is where the clock will stop. 2nd down and 3. 2 receivers split off to either side. Snap back to Cravens. Now he steps up. He wants to run it. Breaking out of 1 tackle, trying to get his way to the sideline. He's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage, and that clock will continue to run. And don't forget, both teams utilized a couple of timeouts earlier in the half. Ellsworth has only got 1 timeout remaining. Russell working with 2. If they get a stop here, they might burn 1. Try to get a final possession off. Only 50 seconds remaining on the clock. Snap back to Cravens. He will fire it far side. It is caught. That will stop the clock. It's another gain of 5. And that is another reception, the 5th of the day for Leighton Liker. Liker has been excellent all season long, but tonight he has really found another gear and still has not gotten into the end zone. But I mean, you look at his catches, 10, 25, 10, 7, 6, all of them big. Sets up a 1st down and 10 with 48 seconds to go from the 35-yard line. Cravens back in the gun, takes the snap, 1-step drop, now under pressure from his blind side. Fires this, it's tipped up in the air, got to be awfully careful. Someone for Ellsworth came down with it. I promise you, that was not designed. And there it is, Ellsworth will call their final timeout. It's going to go down as an official completion. But,
ball is by Tyler Conley.
Yeah, that was strange.
Tackled by Tegan Piper.
And Tyler Conley, the left guard, is the one who hauled it in. And that's probably, and I wouldn't even say probably, that's got to be Tyler Conley's only reception of the season. The funnier thing is, if you're Will Cravens, that just goes down as a completion in the book. And with that, he is now 9 for 10.
You can help out by bidding on the silent auction items, buying a rocking t-shirt.
While they take a moment and sort things out, want to remind you that coverage of tonight's game is presented by the Ellsworth Golf Course, widely recognized as the best public golf course in the state of Kansas. Ellsworth Golf Course is your destination for great golf. Call up a friend and come play the Ellsworth Golf Course this weekend.
For free cancer awareness tattoos.
2nd down and 6 coming up here for the Bearcats. 40 seconds, all that remains here in the first half. 2 wideouts to either side. Andelon sidecar left of Will Cravens. He'll take a 2-step drop. Again, pressured from that defensive end off the side. Now rolling out to his right. He's got a wide open receiver. It's hauled in at the 50, up to the 40, and out of bounds at the 35. Nobody, and I mean nobody, picked up Cole Weber in that zone, and it's a monster gain of 25 yards to allow Ellsworth to get it across midfield and stop the clock with just 30 seconds remaining. Again, that is a monstrous field-flipping 23-yard pitch and catch. Now it's Ellsworth, hungry to get themselves within striking distance. 4 on the line for Russell. Snap back to Cravens. Fires this to the sideline. It's incomplete. And that, again, just the second incompletion of the day for Cravens. He was looking for his leading receiver, Cole Weber. And the good news for Ellsworth, that play took just 4 seconds to develop, so still a lot of time left on the clock. Plenty of other games happening on the Salina Post Sports Network tonight. You can tune in for other broadcasts around the state of Kansas. Sacred Heart is at home hosting Wabunzi. Adam Coulter is on the call there. And then, of course, the Southeast of Saline Trojans, currently ranked as the number 4 team in Class 2A. They are on the road at Hillsboro. Devin Haney and Russ Kossel on the call. Well to our south. Here it's Cravens with another snap with another completion on the near sideline. This one hauled in once again by Leighton Leiker. And it will be a clean gain of 4. It will also stop the clock. And for Leiker, that is his 6th catch of the day. Leighton Leiker continues to impress. 23 seconds remaining here before halftime. 19-14. Again, the lead here for the Bearcats. That the 11th completion of the day for Will Cravens in just 13 attempts. And they are taking their time here to make sure that they get this call right. Keep in mind, Ellsworth out of timeouts. Whatever this is going to be, it's got to be to the sideline. Snap back to Cravens. Fire this out. There's the quick hitter. Once again, a quick out route. And, well,
flag on the play.
Yep, we've got a penalty, and a false start is going to wipe out what would have been the 7th reception of the day for Leighton Leiker. Instead, it will back Ellsworth up 5 yards, and it will make this a much more challenging 3rd down and 11. Puts the football back at the 36-yard line. See what Ellsworth has dialed up here. 3rd and 11, late in the half. Cravens is going to be grabbed, and he is going to be dropped. It is another monumental sack. This one comes in from Brody Fonensteel, and that will set up 4th down. Ellsworth still wants to get a playoff here. Time down to 1, time down to 0. They didn't get the playoff in time, and that is how the first half will come to an end. Cravens is frustrated, but again, when you take the sack and time continues to wind, there's not a whole lot you can do about that, but the Ellsworth Bearcats will cling to a 19-14 lead. That is what they will take into the locker room. We will step away, but when we come back, it's the halftime report here on your Salina Post Game of the Week, right here again on the Salina Post Sports Network, and it's brought to you today by our friends at the Ellsworth Golf Course.
Fall is full of great activities that keep us on the road. When you return to home sweet home, your sewer backing up into the house is the last thing you want to find. Now is the time to dial up Salina Septic Service and their 24-hour service. They will find the problem, fix the problem, and prevent future problems with the Septic Plus Protection Club. Special pricing and worry-free maintenance. Salina Septic Service, taking care of you now and preventing septic problems in the future. Find them online at salinasepticservice.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer. The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
And with that, I want to welcome you back in here on the campus of Ellsworth High School, where the homestanding Bearcats hold a 19-14 lead at the intermission. Take a look at a couple of first half stats, and again, Will Cravens has been the story. He has been excellent so far in this contest. 11 for 13 for him. He has spread it out to 6 different receivers if you count the left guard getting in on the fun. Again, Tyler Conley caught a tipped pass, but it's been that kind of night for Cravens. Even when it hasn't always been intentional, he has found ways to get the ball out to his playmakers, and as a result, they have found ways to reward him. Just one passing touchdown as he also added a 58-yard scoring touchdown on the ground. Cole Weber, of course, getting the Bearcats started with a 26-yard score on the end around, and Loden West hauling in the only other touchdown of the day for the Bearcats. That one coming late in the contest. Again, it was the second of the 3 scores for Ellsworth in this one. On the other side for Russell, again, really only one score to talk about, and that was the 71-yard touchdown connection between Rohr and Evans that got this game evened up at 7 apiece. The other thing to keep an eye on in this game, a missed extra point and then a unconverted 2-point conversion have made this one a little bit closer, as instead of 21-14, it is in fact 19-14. But for now, we will step away. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll see if we can't get you some extra halftime stats, take a look again at some scoring plays, and of course, get you your area scoreboard presented by Salina Surgical Hospital. Again, it is right here on the Salina Post Game of the Week, and today it's brought to you by our friends at the Ellsworth Golf Course.
This October, the Zombies are coming to Elite Sports Paintball Complex, and we need to prepare now. Here's what you should know. There will be a limited number of people each night for the Zombie Expedition. The best way to secure your spot for the upcoming Zombie Expedition is to reserve your space now. Don't miss out. We need your help in fighting zombies. Tickets are available right now at zombieexpedition.com.
Prime time for exclusive deals. Ram Power Days are back at Marshall Motors in Salina. 2023 Ram Heavy Duties are the trucks you go to work with. And right now, new Ram Heavy Duty trucks have a $2,250 rebate. 2023 Ram 1500 trucks are some of the highest rated trucks on the market. New Ram 1500s are up to $9,000 off. See more with Ram Power Days at marshallmotor.com. And the monster trucks are back in Salina Saturday, October 7th at Marshall Motors in Salina.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our Ninth Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Bearcat proud.
Fall is full of great activities that keep us on the road. When you return to home sweet home, your sewer backing up into the house is the last thing you want to find. Now is the time to dial up Salina Septic Service and their 24-hour service. They will find the problem, fix the problem, and prevent future problems with the Septic Plus Protection Club. Special pricing and worry-free maintenance. Salina Septic Service, taking care of you now and preventing septic problems in the future. Find them online at salinasepticservice.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
And with that, I want to welcome you back in here on the campus of Ellsworth High School. Again, the homestanding Bearcats here holding on to a 19-14 lead. Plenty of other games going on around the state of Kansas, and let's take a look at some of those on our area scoreboard, brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. Southeast of Saline is up 22-0 on Hillsboro, unfazed so far by the #1 passing offense in Class 2A. In Salina, Newton is up 27-0 on Salina South. Wamego and Shawnee Heights in a good one, 7-6 is the lead for the Raiders at the intermission. Here's a bit of a surprising one. Nemaha Central leads over Minneapolis, but only 10-0. A little bit less surprising, Rock Creek is up on Hiawatha 48-0 at halftime. Another one that could come down to the wire, El Saline looking to do the virtually impossible and knock off Clifton Klein. It's a tie game and a brand new ball game going into the third quarter. 20-all is the score in Brookville. Ellsworth here again up 19-14 on Russell, and the final score that we were able to track down for you sees Andover Central up 17-6 on Salina Central. We'll step away for one final halftime break, but when we come back, we'll get you your keys to the second half and get you back out for the second half of play. Again, it is the Ellsworth Bearcats, and they lead it 19-14 over the Russell Broncos. You are watching and listening here on the Salina Post Game of the Week.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
which is the highest award
APAC
in
Kansas
FFA
Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer. The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Fall is the absolute best time for the experts at Commercial Tire Centers to look over your vehicle. Summer was tough on your tires, and winter's coming on strong. You don't want to be left stranded with tires that aren't performing. Car, truck, SUV, trailers, farm, and big rigs. Commercial Tire will help you keep safe and productive. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
And with that, we are back here with just a few minutes to go before the end of halftime. And again, we got a chance to take a look around at a majority of our scores. Got a couple of new ones to pass along to you on that Salina Surgical Hospital area scoreboard. Sacred Heart, how about this? I mean, the 1-4 Knights really battling here against a very good Wabaunsee team. And the Chargers lead that one just 8-0 at the intermission. A couple of other scores that we didn't have for you before, but we do have now. Chapman and Wichita Trinity are wrapped up in a good one. 14-14 is the score down in Wichita. And finally, Abilene is up 34-8 on Circle. Again, that game being played right now at Towanda Circle. Abilene with the lead. The Broncos out in front of that one. Step away one final time and get you back out just in time for the start of the second half of play. Again, the Ellsworth Bearcats lead the way 19-14 over the Russell Broncos, and you are listening here on the Salina Post Game of the Week.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Fall is full of great activities that keep us on the road. When you return to home sweet home, your sewer backing up into the house is the last thing you want to find. Now is the time to dial up Salina Septic Service and their 24-hour service. They will find the problem, fix the problem, and prevent future problems with the Septic Plus Protection Club. Special pricing and worry-free maintenance. Salina Septic Service, taking care of you now and preventing septic problems in the future. Find them online at salinasepticservice.com.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Well, welcome back in here in Ellsworth, Kansas. Tyler Henry alongside you. Try not to slam the door shut on anybody here at the fine folks in Ellsworth. But again, the Bearcats do lead the way as we tick down the final seconds of the halftime break. 19-14 is our score. And again, the homestanding Ellsworth Bearcats are very much in the driver's seat of this one. They will take the kickoff to start the second half. And while they have looked like the better team really from start to half, it's a Russell squad that's put up a real fight. And thanks to a couple of special teams miscues, they are very much in the mix when you take a look at where things stand right now. As again, it is just a 5-point game. And a big part of the reason for that A couple of mistakes, a missed extra point, and then, of course, the 2-point conversion that was called just shy. Also, a couple of penalties that have come back to bite Ellsworth as the Bearcats committed a whopping 8 penalties in the first half, and one of those took a touchdown off the board. One of them erased what would have been an electric 60-yard touchdown, or correction, 60-yard punt return to put them in great field position by Leighton Liker. And a couple of them have set them up well behind the sticks on first down as they've been put in positions of 1st and 20, of 2nd and 20. We've seen that a couple of times. They've found ways to battle through it, as you would expect. But if Ellsworth is going to take that next step that we keep hearing them talk about, they are going to have to find a way to find yet another gear. And not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it's one of those games that you start looking forward to before the season has even begun. It was an excellent matchup a season ago. It was a very highly touted matchup, and if things continue the way they're going, it's going to be a chance for Ellsworth not only to take a league title, but potentially to win a district title as the number 4 and number 5 ranked teams, at least according to K-Preps in Class 2A, share both of those. Southeast of Saline and Ellsworth, they've been on each other's schedules forever, and they came in both 7-0 last season. That game took place at Southeast of Saline. The Trojans won it big. This year for Ellsworth, again, I'm not saying they're looking ahead at all, but this is a Bearcat team that if they can find a way to win that game, to be the first team to hand Southeast of Saline a loss in the regular season since 2019, now you're not just talking about putting yourself in a great position for the postseason, which they would. You're talking about a team that is a true contender, and that is the status that they're trying to achieve. To do that, you got to find ways to put away teams like Russell. Good teams, but not great teams like Russell here in games like this, and we will see if they can find a way to do that. Before we get underway, your keys to the second half. For Ellsworth, it's cut down on the penalties. And I know that sounds like a simple thing, but you take those penalties away, you are probably talking about a 26, maybe even a 28-point lead in this game, as opposed to a 5-point lead. Meanwhile, for Russell, they've got to take better care of the football. I know it hasn't come back to haunt them just yet, but they have already fumbled the ball twice. They were able to jump on it both times, but just one of those things you simply cannot afford if you're trying to take down a team of Ellsworth's caliber. Really quickly, a couple of scores to pass along to you that we just got. Clay Center, boy, after losing to Southeast of Saline, they might be feeling a little something personal here. They are up 53-0 on Concordia. Meanwhile, Hayden is up 12-0 on another league school in Beloit. Joker and the Thief playing over the loudspeakers. We are just about ready to get underway. It's got to be one of the most popular kickoff songs across college, across high school. It's high school football vibes here in Ellsworth. And the second half is underway as a short kick will be fielded here by the Bearcats at their own 29-yard line, and it'll be brought down at the 35. That is where the offense of Ellsworth will make its way back onto the field, looking for a little something special here on this first drive. Again, they started their day 2 for 2. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, 1 for 2 on extra points. Took a 13-7 lead, and then things kind of stalled out for them just a little bit. They turned it over on downs at the 5-yard line, and then ultimately a sack allowed Russell to escape without giving up any more points just before the intermission. Here's a snap back to Cravens on 1st down and 10. Holds that out for a long time and then eventually does give it to Ian Andelon, who will take it up the gut for a gain of 5. And boy, that has been Ian Andelon tonight. Steady as she goes. You look at his last 6 carries. How about 5, 5, 5, 15, 4, 5. He has just been consistent about getting Ellsworth into these kinds of situations. It's 2nd down and 5, very manageable. Handoff Andelon up the right side. He's going to have enough for the first down, trying to stay on his feet, and he will be pushed out at the 50-yard line. It's another gain, this time of 9 on the 9th carry of the day for Ian Andelon, and this is what Ellsworth did early in the game. This is what really impressed me. They just got on their horse and did not let go. Their first 5 plays of the day were enough for a first down. The 5th got them on the scoreboard. And then they immediately turned around and did the same thing on their next drive. See if they can get back to that level of efficiency as we're still very early on here in the quarter. This is a handoff up the gut. This one goes to Loden West. And West will be brought down just shy of the sticks at the 41-yard line. But that's exactly what this Ellsworth team can do. I mean, you get the hard work done early on. You've got Andelon pounding the football. And then you turn around and you give it to a rested Loden West. And as a defense, that's just got to be so frustrating. Craven's back to work here on a 2nd down and 1. 2 receivers lined up to the right-hand side. Cole Weber, the motion man, comes back into the near side of the formation. This is another handoff. It goes off the left tackle. That goes for a gain of 4. As popping up and off the pile was Ian Andelon again.
That run was good for another Bearcat. First down.
And for the Bearcats, going to be content to run some clock here and keep that shifty and explosive Russell offense off the field. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do. Another set here, 2 backs lined up behind Cravens. He will give it at the line. This is going to be a short gain, call it maybe 3 for Andelon. Other thing with Andelon, I get that he's shifty, he's quick, but you just expect at some point or another in this game that kid's going to have a big game. And wouldn't be surprised if it comes here in the 3rd quarter with the way they've been feeding him the rock. You make one missed tackle, he's going to be off to the races. 2 backs lined up directly behind Cravens, who fires this over the middle. Is that caught? Incomplete, but a great attempt by Cole Weber. And the surprise in my voice, I mean, that was just excellent coverage. And it was caught. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I didn't think there was any chance that Cole Weber was going to haul that in. And somehow he did, and it's a first down. Well, I mean, it looked incomplete, but they say he hauls it in. It's another completion here for Cravens. Here's another handoff, Andelon up the middle, a big gain. And by the time they do, in fact, slow him down, he's already got about 9 more yards, although it's going to be wiped off here with a false start.
Illegal procedure is the call against.
Actually, illegal procedure. We've seen that called now 3 times against Ellsworth, and it's all the motion that they've got going on. It's great at fooling opponents, but every now and then something in the mix is not legal, and that's where you start to get into trouble. So this is what I was talking about at halftime with Ellsworth and their offense as they are looking at 1st down and 15, 1st and long for the 4th time today thanks to a pre-snap penalty. Cravens takes the snap. They want to keep this on the ground. Another flag is going to fly, and we'll have to check it as Andelon does get back to the original line of scrimmage, but let's see what the ruling is here from our white hat. Judging by Josh Homolka's reaction, I'm going to say this one goes against Ellsworth. Make that Cole Weber and Leighton Liker's reaction as well, as Liker is now pleading his case with the white hat. And they're going to get him again. You wonder if the officials talked something over, if they had seen something that Ellsworth did in the first half and decided that it needed to be called. And I'm not going against the officials here. I mean, it's probably well within the scope of the rules, but judging the way this has been called, if you're Ellsworth, you got to figure out what you're doing wrong and make the adjustment. And I realize you can thank me as Captain Obvious for that statement, but easier said than done when your offense has as much motion to it as what the Bearcats does. 1st down and 20, another flag will fly. This is Cravens trying to get out of it. I mean, they haven't blown the play dead, so it can't be a pre-snap penalty. I think this one might go against Russell, as Cravens is going to come in. A late flag is going to fly from our back judge. Oh boy, this is getting messy. This is getting real messy. We'll have to stop and see what the flag is. I mean, we've got the white hat having a, let's call it spirited discussion with a Ellsworth coach on the near sideline. Everyone's backing up. I mean, there are 2 flags on the play. At least one of them has to be against Ellsworth, I would think. And I'm going to reserve my judgment. I've got a thought here, but I'm going to reserve my judgment until we see what the official call is. As now we've got a zebra conference at the 26-yard line. It's that second flag that I think might throw this off. But let's see what the call is here. So there it is again, illegal procedure. That is declined. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I haven't seen that one in a while. I may have to wait for the PA announcer. Okay, so it's a blindside block against Ellsworth, but oh my goodness. I mean, this is first down and a long way to go. Here's my issue with the procedure. It's a pre-snap penalty. The procedure is illegal before the ball is snapped. If it's a pre-snap penalty for player safety, you have to blow the play dead. You cannot allow the play to begin. And now on 3 separate occasions, they've allowed the play to happen. Now you're risking player injury. That's the issue that I have. This is going to be first down and 31 for Ellsworth. Cravens drops back to pass. Still has time, all day to throw, gets it over the middle. That's going to be hauled in right now at the 29 and hauled down, or brought down rather, at the 20-yard line is Leighton Liker. But that's a 25-yard pass, the second of the day of that distance to Leighton Liker, and all of a sudden Ellsworth is right back in business here with 7:43 to go in the second quarter. So they go from third down and 30 to second down and 8. That you can, or rather first down and 30 to second down and 8. We'll get there eventually. So here we go. Snap back to Cravens. Keeps it in the gut of Andelon, who will twist his way up to about the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will set up a third down and 5. Another short gain for the senior transfer. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock here. Quarter number 3 here at Ellsworth High School. Bearcats ahead 19-14, looking to make it a 2-score game. And we have got a timeout called here by Ellsworth. They want to talk something over. And with that, we will remind you that coverage of today's game is brought to you in part by our friends at Sage Products. Sage Products of Salina is your supplier for janitorial products for your business or home. From paper towels to soap and items from ceiling to floor, you will see products from Sage, and you can get the same home field advantage at your home or office by visiting sageselects.com. We would also like to thank the following for their support of high school athletics. Of course, Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Salina Septic Service, Commercial Tire Center, Elite Sports Paintball Complex, APAC Shears, and Bennington State Bank. And as temperatures start to cool off, you hear it on the ads all the time on these broadcasts, but head on down to Elite Sports Paintball Complex. Go shoot some zombies. It's October. What else are you going to do? One option is to take in some high school football, and we've been doing that here on Friday nights across the state of Kansas and across our broadcast network on the Salina Post. Proud to be bringing you this one, and again, coverage of today's game is brought to you courtesy of our friends over at the Ellsworth Golf Course. 6:42 left to go third quarter. Third down and 5 for the Ellsworth Bearcats. Knows the football set just inside the red zone. Snap back to Cravens, and it's incomplete as he was looking for Loden West, and that is going to bring up fourth down and a decision for Josh Homolka. Do they want to roll the dice and go for it here? Or do they want to cut their losses? I mean, I'm guessing, just based on everything we've seen from Ellsworth, they're going to go for this. And here we go. Fourth down and 5, halfway through the third quarter. Ellsworth's had the offense on the field that whole time. Cravens under pressure, now rolls out to his left, fires this one back across his body. It was a dangerous pass. It's incomplete, and he's lucky it wasn't an interception. Actually, an interception would have worked out like a punt there. So I will rescind that comment. But nonetheless, well, it would have been a turnover on downs, but now we've got a, okay, they're going to wave off the flag. There was a flag throw, and that flag has since been rescinded. And it will be Russell football for the first time in the half with just 6:32 left to play. But that's the beauty of this Ellsworth offense. You keep it on the field, you go slow and steady on the ground. And half the quarter's ticked off, and for the first time in this half, Mason Rohr will take to the field. It's the second turnover on downs inside the red zone for the Bearcats today, and it will give Russell the football at their own 18-yard line. Russell has not had good field position. Keep in mind, though, right now, I mean, it's a 19-14 ball game. Russell scores a touchdown. They're in the lead. Here's a little screen pass, hauled in on the right side by Walker Middleton. And he will be brought down at after a short gain. Actually, no, it's no gain. That's been the problem. Russell, I mean, really, you can tell. Russell, that's been their bread and butter, those little screens out into the flat. Ellsworth is just too athletic in the secondary. And even if you make one man miss, there's somebody else coming up to fill it. Most of those screen plays today have gone for no gain or a short gain. Sets up second down and 10 here. Back in the shotgun, trying to and succeeding in getting everybody to jump. And the penalties just continue to rack up here on Ellsworth. That is the 6th already of the second half. We're still very early in this game, or in this half rather. And it's going to gift wrap 5 free yards. Oh, no. Illegal procedure. False start called on Russell. So they did get guys to jump, but they did not do it legitimately. And that makes this an even trickier. Second down and 15 for the Broncos. This has been I'll just say it, I mean, it's been a bit of a sloppy contest between these two so far, at least in terms of the penalties. Snap back to Rohr, wants to go deep again, down the sideline, a flag will fly. If this is PI, it's 15 yards and a first down. And man, I mean, again, just flags on every play this half, it seems.
There's a flag on the play.
And it's going to be offensive pass interference. And this is the right call, as Ellsworth will smartly decline it to bring up 3rd and 15. All righty. Again, 19-14 our score, 5:21 to go. 3rd and 15 for Mason Rohr and this Russell offense. Needing desperately to pick this up. He'll roll out to his right under some pressure. Now steps up, wants to run. He's going nowhere. Brought down at the 15-yard line. It's going to be another 4th down. And again, I would imagine we will see Russell punt this away. Since the explosive play, again, it was a 71-yard touchdown pass from Rohr to Evans. This Russell offense has been blanked. And it's been a whole lot of 3 and out for the Broncos. So here we go. Another punt here for the Broncos. Back to about the, boy, a hectic lunge at the football. It'll get down at the 45. That's where the Ellsworth offense will come back onto the field.
45-yard line.
Ellsworth, on their first drive of the half, got it all the way down inside the red zone to about the 18 and then stalled out and gave it up on the turnover on downs. Now trying to put together a drive that they can cap off with 4:32 to go here in the third quarter.
Regional competition in singles. Carly Hazy has won both her first 2 matches and will advance to the state championship.
So here comes Will Cravens and company. Ready to get this going. First down and 10. Snap back to Cravens. Hand off to Andelon. And he's got about 5 yards. Death, taxes, and Ian Andelon up the gut for 5 yards today. It's been the 3 guarantees in life. And again, you may think I'm exaggerating, but his longest carry has been of 15. He has a gain of 9. His shortest carries have been of 2, 2, 3, and 3. And everything else, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. Here's another give to Andelon, and guess what? 5 yards.
Congratulations, ladies. Great job this
Actually,
year.
that one's going to go for about 6. He got 4 on the first. He got 6 on the second. It's going to be enough to move the chains. And Ian Andelon just continues to put pressure on this Russell defense. A defense, by the way, that has to be absolutely exhausted. Remember, the Russell offense has run 4 plays in the last 12 minutes. That's it. Defense has been on the field for all the rest. Andelon motions into the slot. This is a give up the right side. This time it's handed to Loden West, and Loden West will find 5 yards himself on his 4th carry of the day. This seems to be what Ellsworth is content to do right now, and I can't say as I blame him. If you can get 5 yards on every play, not only do you not have to punt, but eventually you'll find pay dirt. Even if that did not pan out on their first drive of the half. Penalties, though, had an awful lot to do with that. So far, knock on wood, Ellsworth has been clean in this one. Here's an awkward exchange on the handoff, and really for the first time that I can remember, Andelon will not get anything, as that will bring up a 3rd down and 5. Ian Andelon has now carried the football 15 times today. He has been a workhorse all season long, and that has continued here in this game as Ellsworth, again, they come in at 5-0. They're looking to move to 6-0. And they will have a game next week. It'll be a big one on the road at Halstead against a much improved Dragon squad. Here is Andelon up the right side, up to the 20. They'll get 6 yards and a first down on 3rd and 5.
Nice run by Ian Andelon.
It may not be the flashiest thing in the world, but, I mean, this is just classic, old-school, smash-mouth football. And they're running it out of the gun. They've got receivers split out wide. You also wonder if they might be trying to lull Russell to sleep and then take a shot. Here is Cravens. Another give, again to Andelon, again to the 13-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 7.
Andelon, the ball carrier again.
And if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. I've said it a number of times, and I'll say it again. I do believe fatigue is starting to play a role with that Russell defense. You can just tell they're getting moved around out there. The momentum belongs to the offense. Do they give it to Andelon again? Let's find out. 2nd and 4. There's the give. There's Andelon. There's another 5 yards and another first down. Andelon gets them inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. And it sets up 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. And at this point, it just kind of feels like Ellsworth's looking to prove a point. They're having some fun out there.
Also on the tackle.
But Andelon has gotten almost every single carry on this drive. And Russell wants to call a timeout and talk things over. And I can't say as I blame them. They've had no answer thus far for Ian Andelon and the rest of this offense. While we have a break in the action, I want to remind you that today's game is brought to you by Ellsworth Golf Course, widely recognized as one of the best public golf courses in the state of Kansas. Ellsworth Golf Course is your destination for great golf. Call up a friend and come play Ellsworth's Golf Course this weekend. Chilly conditions here. I mentioned earlier that summer gave way to fall, but man, really, it's been summer giving way to borderline winter. Remember, it was 95 degrees and sunny across the state of Kansas when we kicked off our Week 5 games last week. It is 50 degrees right now. It was about 55 at kickoff. There's been a strong wind, and it's at this time that I want to throw a huge shout out to Nate King, who's running the camera up on the rooftop right now. And the poor guy doing all the hard work up in the wind while we're down in the nice covered press box. Apologies, Nate. We'll make up for it later. 54 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. Russell trying to get somebody on the field here late, and this is not what you want, especially not out of a timeout. Craven's back in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off. There's Andelon, and there is the touchdown. Ian Andelon just dunked and dimed his way down the field, all the way down the field, and it culminates in a 9-yard touchdown run to give Ellsworth that elusive 2-score lead. Ian Andelon, 19 carries tonight. And a whole lot of them came on that drive right there. PAT try is on the way, and it is good. We will step away, but when we come back, the final 50 seconds of the third quarter, Ellsworth leads the way over Russell 26-14, and you're catching it right here on the Salina Post Game of the Week.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
And with that, we are back, and here on the air again, it's the Salina Post Game of the Week, and it's been a good one for the most part, but here late, it is Ellsworth really just starting to assert their will and make some big things happen, and that has allowed them, again, they put together a couple of really long drives. Russell's going to get the football back with about 50 seconds to go in the third quarter, but their offense has run a total of just 3 plays as they will fake the reverse once again. And this time around, Ellsworth, they've picked up on that little trick as Russell does get the ball up to about the 25-yard line. But here comes the Russell offense to run again just their 4th play of the third quarter. That is absolutely astounding. But like I said before, sometimes the best defense is a good offense, and that's exactly what Ellsworth has done. They've just kept Russell's offense off the field for a majority of the half to this point. Mason Rohr back in the shotgun. Braden Suki lined up to his right. 2 receivers split off to either side. Nose of the football at the 25-yard line. There's another screen, and again, it goes nowhere. And you can't throw the naked bootleg screen out to the right like that against Ellsworth and expect to get anything. And Russell, they keep trying, but it's just not going to happen. Against a lot of schools, that's a good play to run, but when you leave the receiver one-on-one, one-on-two out there on the edge, you're expecting him to make a couple of huge plays, and Ellsworth has just been too good in open space for that to turn into anything other than a big loss. Russell not wanting to run another play, they run a total of 5 plays on offense in the third quarter, and that brings us to the end of the break. We'll step away, but when we return, fourth quarter of action, and Russell trailing it to the homestanding Bearcats. Ellsworth on top, 26-14. When we return, it's the Salina Post Game of the Week, brought to you by our friends at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
And now back to more football action with your Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Here's Tyler Henry.
Back here at Ellsworth High School, just in time for the first play of the fourth quarter. Russell's got the offense on the field at the 25-yard line, backed up in their own territory. They'll take the snap, fire it over the middle. That's caught for a big gain. One more man left to beat, and a big tackle made there by safety Dax Liker. That's the biggest offensive play we've really seen Russell have in the half, certainly, but I would argue probably since the 71-yard touchdown that got him on the board. They were able to score again on an 8-yard touchdown from Rohr on the ground, as here a carry to the left side will get them 6 yards. And with 11:34 left to go in the contest, they find themselves down 2 possessions, trying to trim down the Ellsworth lead. Turnovers haven't really played a huge role, as again, Russell's lost the football a couple of times, but they have not lost possession. They've been able to get back on it. Here the receivers lined up all the way back. They're 4 yards off the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. They look to the left. There's nothing there. And Rohr is just going to be swallowed up at the 45-yard line. He goes absolutely nowhere. Coming up on the postgame report, we will get you another look at your Salina Surgical Hospital area scoreboard. We'll also be sure to get you your hit of the game presented by Salina Pain Clinic and your smart play of the game brought to you by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Here we've got something. Oh, full huddle around coach to get the play call in, but the play clock is winding. That's interesting. They got to get this play off quick or it's going to be delay a game. Russell's out here, 3rd down and 6. Time of the essence. And I think Russell's going to have to burn a timeout. I would imagine that play clock is almost down. Oh, they will get a playoff. Rohr, pump fakes, draws the defense around him, now trying to get out of some trouble. And he'll find just 2 yards off the left side. And now you got a decision to make if you're Russell, because they've seen how slowly and methodically Ellsworth can move the ball. This is not what you want to see if you're Ellsworth, as they've got a player limping off the field. That's Brendan Anderson. But it's 4th and 5, and I like the call. You want to keep the offense out there right now with 9:45 left to go. You give it back to Ellsworth. You might not get it back anytime soon. You're still down by 2 scores. So they don't really have a choice here. Ellsworth going to pin their ears back and try to get back to an empty backfield in Mason Rohr. They've had good pressure on him all night long. 4 on the line. Snap back to Rohr. Free runner coming, and it's going to be a sack off the end for Cooper McGowan. It's a turnover on downs on a huge sack for the sophomore defensive end, and Ellsworth will take over in Bronco territory, looking to line the nails up around the Bronco coffin. That is an absolute monstrous play. And Ellsworth now inching their way closer and closer towards a huge victory here on their own home field. Here's Cravens. He will give this off the left-hand side, this time only for a gain of 2. As the handoff went to Landon Johnson. It's his first carry of the day. Johnson hasn't been super involved, but again, he hasn't had to, and we heard from Coach in the pregame as well. Johnson's a guy that can come down or come in late in games and give you a little something different. And we've got a Russell Bronco down at the 25. Now he hops back up to his feet. Appears to be none the worse for wear. Craven's back in the shotgun here. Takes the snap, looking to hand it off, gets it to Andelon off the right tackle. Andelon springs free, now he's into the second level. 1 man left to beat, stutter steps, gets inside the 20, up to the 15-yard line, and it's Ian Andelon breaking off a huge gain, but again, a flag is down. And this one might very well be coming back. And it will. It's going to be another offensive hold on Ellsworth. And it's just been, I know Ellsworth is likely going to come away with a victory, but boy, this has been a sloppy game in terms of penalties. And another hold is going to wipe out what would have been an electric 25-yard run for Ian Andelon, as there is an injured Russell Bronco down on the field, and while they tend to him, we will step away for a quick 30-second break.
This October, the Zombies are coming to Elite Sports Paintball Complex, and we need to prepare now. Here's what you should know. There will be a limited number of people each night for the Zombie Expedition. The best way to secure your spot for the upcoming Zombie Expedition is to reserve your space now. Don't miss out. We need your help in fighting zombies. Tickets are available right now at zombieexpedition.com.
Injured players still getting tended to at the 37 just across the way. Haven't been able to discern who exactly it is for Russell, but you go back to the penalty count, and these are unofficial. I mean, these are just me keeping penalties here on my own stat sheet, so I'm sure this might be off by 1 or 2, but I've got Ellsworth for 16 penalties in this game. And we still have 8:34 to go in quarter number 4. So just something to keep an eye on and something to think about. Had some penalty problems in their earlier contest against Sacred Heart. This is what you want to see. Russell's injured player, it was George Gray, and he is able to get up and walk off the field under his own power. They will get him some medical attention. And it looks like we are ready to resume, where it will be Ellsworth on the field. 2nd down and 13, 8:34 to go here in the ball game. And if nothing else, if you're Ellsworth, it gives you a chance to get Andelon a little more rested up. Will Cravens was excellent in the first half, as he is on the day 12 for 15 passing, and since then really hasn't needed to go back to the air. So let's see what Ellsworth's got in store. 2nd down and 13. Nose of the football right now at the 49-yard line. Snap back and another handoff to Andelon. Another shifty back getting off to the sideline at the 40-yard line. He'll be dragged down just outside the hashes, and it's a gain of 10 for Ian Andelon. George Gray plays a big role on this defense. He's one of the outside linebackers, 25 tackles and a fumble recovered coming into this game. That's a big loss for Russell's defense, and Camden Backus, the 6', 190-pound junior, steps in to replace him. Sets up a 3rd down and 3. Andelon is the back, lined up directly behind Will Cravens in the gun. He'll send a man in motion, left to right. That's Cole Weber. Weber back in the slot, low snap, handoff Andelon, up the gut, has the 1st down, and Moore churns his legs, gets to about the 30-yard line, and call it a gain of 7 to move the chains as the Feed Andelon campaign continues. And if I'm Coach Amolka, until they stop it, I keep giving the rock to my senior. There's really no reason to do anything else. Andelon is listed at 185 pounds. And he is a short and stout type of back. Here, he is not in the ball game. I believe that's Landon Johnson lined up now behind Cravens. Johnson gets the handoff and gets his way up to about the 22-yard line for a gain of 6. And it's the 2nd carry of the day for the junior back. One thing we haven't had a chance to talk a whole lot about in this game, I mean, you look at the consistency of this Russell team and their program, and it's been built around the senior class. I mentioned earlier they lost just one guy last year. Talk about a short senior night ceremony. They bring everybody back. They add Ian Andelon. There was a feeling around Ellsworth that this could be their year. As a handoff up the right side is going to be close to the 1st down sticks. That's Landon Johnson again. And they're going to call him just short. So call it a gain of 3. But let's just go through the offense. Will Cravens, quarterback, senior. Ian Andelon, Loden West, both seniors. Those are your 2 top ball carriers. Your top 3 receivers, Cole Weber, Leighton Likert, Riley Stone, all seniors. Your offensive line, Trent Hayes, Jordan Rodriguez, Brendan Anderson, 3 seniors. You've got a junior in there as well in Tyler Conley. And this is a win now, built to win type team. And they're trying to clean some things up as a bobbled snap and an incomplete pass by Cravens. That is just the 16th attempt on the day, and again, 12 of 16. He has been awfully efficient. You look at the defense, and a lot of those guys go 2 ways. You look at the 2 of the guys on the D line, Riley Stone and Jordan Rodriguez are both seniors. In the linebacking core, Cole Weber, Loden West, and Leighton Likert are all seniors. Your corners, Ian Andelon and Cole Weber, are both seniors. And when Will Cravens is on the field on defense, you got another senior there. You look at everybody else on the defensive end. Dax Likert is a junior. Caleb Hayes is a junior. You've only got 1 underclassman, and that's Tucker Goss on that side of the ball. 4th down and 1. Cravens gives up the middle, and it's going to be another 1st down carry, as this time they give the rock to Loden West, and he will reward them with 4 yards and a 1st down, and time continues to wind off the clock as Ellsworth is just nickel and diming their way down the field. And if you're Russell, this has got to hurt. This has just been death by 1,000 paper cuts. But it's been efficient. It's gotten the job done, and it has Ellsworth very much in the driver's seat and on their way to victory. You would think that one more score here could put this game on ice. Cravens in the gun, sends a man in motion. He'll line up in the slot on the right side. Snap back to the quarterback, handoff up the gut. That's going to be a touchdown for Ellsworth. No, they call him down at the 1. Wow, Loden West. He thought he had it. I thought he had it. It's going to be 14.5 on the gain. And I believe we've got a timeout. Look at where they've marked. Oh, look at where the sticks are lined up. It is 1st and goal from the goal line. And this is not what you want to see, as there is an injured Bearcat getting stretched out in the end zone. I will say getting stretched out by his own players, and that's generally a good sign if he feels good enough about that to not tell the guys, hey, maybe don't touch me right now. And hopefully he is okay. I believe that's Loden West. We're past the point in the season where consistent summer cramping is an issue, but every now and then. And that is, in fact, Loden West, who is gingerly walking off the field here, but always good when you can see a guy do it under his own power, and now he will put a little extra pep in his step and jog, again, gingerly, but jog off the field. Lying down to get stretched out. Again, we don't speculate on injuries, but that indicates probably more of a cramp than anything too serious. Hopefully they can find a way to get him back and get him back soon. In the meantime, Andelon will be the back here, lined up directly behind Cravens. Andelon with 1 touchdown carry already today. Here's the give to him. He is in. It's the second touchdown run of the day for Ian Andelon. This one comes from just 1 yard out, and that more than likely is going to do it for this ball game as Ellsworth, pending the PAT, holds a 32-14 lead here late in the fourth quarter. This was one that Ellsworth felt in control of from the very beginning. Again, little mistakes and penalties and things of that nature allowed Russell to kind of hang around. But when you look at the more physical team on the football field, it's been Ellsworth since the opening kick. And they have really flexed their muscle. It looks like they're going to remain perfect at 6-0 if they can hold on to this. PAT is on the way, and it is good. So we will step away for 30 seconds, but when we return, the final 4:46 of this one, Ellsworth leads it 33-14 here on our Salina Post Game of the Week, brought to you by our friends at the Ellsworth Golf Course.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
And with that, we are back here on the Salina Post. Happy to have you with us for our game of the week. And, well, we know that we've got a lot of Ellsworth fans. We've got a lot of Russell fans tuning in, but also know we've got some just fans of good high school football across the board. And we will have another good one for you on our Salina Post Game of the Week. Next week, we'll be back in Salina as the Central Mustangs take on the Goddard Lions. As of right now, that is a battle of 5-1 teams, and things are certainly heating up in the AVCTL. Here is I'm going to call it a squib kick by Ellsworth. It's taken by the up man, and Russell will send the offense back onto the field at the 43-yard line. The biggest number in this game for my money, other than the score on the board, is got to be 4. That is the number of offensive plays that Russell had the chance to run in the entire third quarter of this contest. It wasn't always pretty, but Ellsworth really just put the nose to the grindstone and got the job done. And they're going to be walking out of here with a confident margin of victory, especially if they can come up with one more stop and grind out the final 4 minutes and 40 seconds of this one. Got our first final from our area scoreboard. It was a close game at the half, but Wabunzi pulls away late. They knock off Sacred Heart 30-6. Trying to jump the passing lane there was Cooper McGowan, and he almost did so. Boy, a pick 6 would have put this game even further on ice.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for Seth Schneider.
So 2nd down and 10 now is the look for the Broncos. Mason Rohr and company back on the field, trying to wrap this thing up. It's Still 2nd and 10. Receiver comes in motion left to right. That's the big tight end, and we've got a flag and I believe a false start, and there it is. So false start called. That will put a quick stop to that and back Russell up 5 more yards. Puts them in a position here with a 2nd down and 15. Another final for you. Smith Center defeats Republic County 56-0. It has been a season to forget for the Buffaloes, that's for sure. Same play here, tight end in motion. And Rohr is just going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Ellsworth's defense has been in full effect all evening. And they come to play again with another big stop here and another loss of 2 to bring up 3rd down and 15.
Brings up a 3rd and 16.
Russell, I think at this point, close to net 0 yardage in the 2nd half. And a lot of that is a credit and a testament to the Ellsworth defense. 3rd down and 15. Snap back to Rohr. He's under pressure and he's knocked to the ground. It's another sack for the Ellsworth defense. They have been living in the Russell backfield. They spend any more time there, and the Broncos are going to have to charge them rent, and it's 4th and forever. And another punt more than likely coming here for the Broncos late in this game. Punt unit is out for Russell. They've got timeouts. I don't know if they'll use them. Leighton Leiker stands at his own 40, or rather stands at the Russell 49. Ready to return this punt. Hasn't really been given many opportunities. Won't be given an opportunity here as the ball is down in Ellsworth territory at the 42-yard line. And the final 3 minutes of this one, all but a formality, as Ellsworth is going to march on to a perfect 6-0 start for Russell. Again, they battled. They've righted the ship as a program, but looks like they are going to drop to 3-3 here in week 6. Can't imagine we would see any usage of Ian Andelon here. He is 22 carries in this game, a lot of them coming here in the 2nd half. And well, just as I say that, I believe that is Ian Andelon lined up behind Cravens. Here's the snap. It's a handoff. Left side. Again, Andelon still shifty up to the 50. And it's going to be a gain of 9. They give him another yard. It's a gain of 10. Ian Andelon just continues to pressure this Russell defense, which again has spent a majority of the 2nd half, really a majority of the game on the field. There are a lot of ways you could lose a football game. This is a pretty demoralizing one for Russell. Again, their offense has been excellent this year, but it just did not get many opportunities, and when they did have them, Ellsworth more or less handled them. They shut them out here in the 2nd half. Another handoff, Andelon, right side. Cut back lane is there. Andelon still on his feet, still looking for blockers. Somehow is able to get his way up to the 37. How about Ian Andelon weaving and bobbing in traffic for a, well, they'll call it an 8-yard gain. Still impressive, and the kid has 24 carries. That stat I know is correct. And it's still baffling to me. His gains, as Russell's defense has gotten more and more tired, his gains have gone for more and more, now averaging 8 to 9 a carry. Here is the give on the outside. This is a little stretch play. It'll be enough to pick up the 1st down. It's Landon Johnson, who will collect. I think they're going to say 5 on the play. Does step out of bounds, though. That does stop the clock with 1:30 to go. Russell's got timeouts. Like I said before, I don't know that they will elect to use them, and we may see victory formation, although we may just see continued handoffs given the situation. 1st and 10, handoff Johnson up the middle, and he's going to get his way up to the 21. It's a gain of 9 for Landon Johnson.
Ian Strobel on the tackle.
Johnson still getting his late in this ball game. He's averaging almost 10 yards a carry, 9.8 yards a carry. That is very impressive for the 170-pound junior. And following that gain of 9, just 1 more yard to pick up here as Ellsworth is just on the edge of the red zone. Can't imagine they're thinking of scoring again, though. Johnson is the back lined up behind Cravens. Cravens has not been forced to go to the air, with the exception of the first drive of the quarter. Since then, it's been all rushing for Ellsworth. Here's the handoff to Johnson. Cuts it up. He's got the first down. He's up to the 19-yard line. That will just about put the bow on this win. Ellsworth may be forced to run one more play here, but that's it, realistically. And given the play clock, matter of fact, they will not have to run one more play. Well, at the end of the day, you got to tip your cap to the Russell Broncos. They found a way to battle back and even it up at 7 apiece. They got a late score by Rohr to make it a 19-14 game just before the intermission. But Ellsworth, too fast and still perfect. Off the board, the Ellsworth Bearcats move to 6-0.